how are you? Hope all of you will be fine. In our previous lecture, we learned how to print message on the console screen. But in this lecture, we will study about variable and types of variable. Yes, we are going to the variable. What is variable? First of all, I want to share the proper definition of variable with you. You can say that it's a container that can contain single value at a time. Yes, it's a container that can contain single value at a time. Now, as we know that the user have different types of data in which it includes the name, the numbers, ID, and many other things. So we categorize our variable into four different parts. The first one is integer. Second one is float. The third one is character, and the fourth one is string. Yes, the first one is integer. Now the question is, what is integer? You can say that type of data that are real numbers and decimal numbers as well. Yes, decimal number as well. Type of data real numbers and decimal numbers as well. So it takes 4 bytes in the memory. Yes, it takes 4 bytes in the memory. So when our data is in extended form, means it cannot store in the variable, so we have to choose the extended form of integer, which is long integer. Yes, extended form of integer. So the long take 4 bytes in the memory, and the integer takes 4 bytes as well. So 4 plus 4 equals to 8. So it means that it takes 8 bytes in the memory. Yes, it takes 8 bytes in the memory. And if our data is too long, so it cannot be stored in long integer even, so we have to choose the long int, which is the extended type of long integer. Long int. This long takes 4 bytes in the memory, and this longs as well take 4 bytes, and this integer also takes 4 bytes. So it directly means that it takes 12 bytes in the memory. Yes, it takes 12 bytes in the memory. The another type of data is float. Yes, float. Type of data that contain non-decimal numbers. Yes, non-decimal numbers. So it also takes 4 bytes in the memory. Yes, it also takes 4 bytes in the memory. And if our data is too long, so it cannot accommodate in the variable which is float, so we have to choose long float. Yes, the extended type of float. The long, as we know, that take 4 bytes in the memory, and the float also takes 4 bytes in the memory. So 4 plus 4 equals to 8. It directly means that it takes 8 bytes in the memory. Yes, it takes 8 bytes in the memory. And if our data is too long, so it enough cannot be stored in the long float, so we have to choose long float. Yes, long float, the extended type of long float. As we know that long take 4 bytes in the memory, the second one long is also take 4 bytes in the memory, and the float also takes 4 bytes in the memory. So it directly means that it takes 12 bytes in the memory. Yes, it takes 12 bytes in the memory. So the another type of data is character, which means char. Yes, character. Type of data that contain type of data that contain on a alphabet, a special symbol, and numbers as well. Yes, but it take only 1 byte in the memory. Yes, it take only 1 byte in the memory. So the fourth one is double. You can say that type of data that have the property of both integer and float. Yes, integer and float, which means that it can take decimal and non-decimal numbers as well. Yes, as we know that it have the property of both integer and float, so it takes 8 bytes in the memory, 4 bytes of integer and the 4 bytes of float. 4 plus 4 equals to 8. So the fifth and last one type of data is string. You can say that type of data that contain on multiple characters. Yes, multiple characters. You can say that it can be a name of any person. Yes, it can be a name of any person. So as we know that it can be a name of any person, so names are not same, they are different. So its bytes are directly depends on the length of string. Yes, its bytes are directly depend on the length of string. So that's all about our today's lecture. Please subscribe our channel to learn more programming. Thanks.